Hello, my darlings. There's no cards. There's no cards. I'm going to explain why there's no cards. What is happening? You might be asking yourselves. I am going to tell you. I thought, my darlings, we would do something a little bit different today. I thought because I miss you guys and I want to talk to you, but sometimes it seems a bit silly to have everything like set up and spread out and to sit there talking and waving my hands for darling Lily's dear kitties, mostly for them, while telling stories. So I thought we would try something a bit different. I thought we would have a little time at the beginning of each reading to prepare the piles, but also to have a little chat, to have a little talk, because there's stuff to say, you know, my babies. There's things to talk about. Because I love talking to you guys, and I want to be able to do it more. But I also feel bad sometimes when I cut into, like, reading time, or I, like, dilly-dally at the beginning of a reading, and I can feel some people being like, okay, babe, let's, what are the piles? Come on now. So that's what we're doing. We're going to prepare the piles. Nothing really exciting happens at this stage, my darlings. I lit the candle. I cleansed the decks. I'm here. Hello. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings. Hi, how are you, my babies? I haven't filmed a reading in quite a while for the channel. I've done quite a bit of private readings. Very, 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 very grateful for those. But I haven't filmed, so I miss it, and I'm excited to get back into the groove of things. And right before filming, I went on Instagram because I felt like I had to kind of catch up on messages, because I am very behind on my messages on Instagram. I'm sorry. And I didn't catch up on all of them. Some of them, not all of them, but I did stumble across two very funny messages. The first was in reference to a recent reading, I cannot remember which one, where I spoke about my YouTube algorithm and like my recommended YouTube shit, because what I watch is very strange. All I watch is drum covers and Elden Ring lore. I like to fall asleep to Elden Ring lore because it's the music and it's the story, and they always have these very serious, very dramatic, but very deep voices when they're talking about it. And it's very soothing. It lulls me into a little sleepy sleep. And I'll have you know, recently I've also gotten into a channel of an Irish woodworker. So I'm expanding my horizons. But a very lovely viewer sent, they like quoted what I said. And they're like, babe, there's easier ways to let us know you're single. Listen. Drag me to hell and back, first of all. Second of all, listen. You know, you put yourself out there. My person is the type of person I feel. The person who is meant to be with me is the type of person who will not judge me for the fact that I like to fall asleep to Elden Ring lore, but who will also like to fall asleep with me to Elden Ring lore, but also, I don't know, tells me Elden Ring lore while I fall asleep. Am I asking a lot? I don't think I am. I'm putting it out there into the universe. That is my ideal person. And, in blinding contrast to that, literally just under it was another very lovely viewer who we have been chatting on and off a little bit. Very sweet, very darling. And we were talking about, you know, relationships, romantic relationships, connections, and so on. They are on their own spiritual journey. Love to talk about it, love to share experiences, love to be open to receiving whatever you guys have to say and share. I love talking to you. I cannot say it enough. Excuse Rowan in the background. She is flummoxed because I rearranged her bed earlier by washing her blankets, and she just can't believe I would do that to her. Hi, baby love. And they sent a message saying, they're like, wow, I'm really excited to be on my spiritual journey because it must be so wonderful for you that you don't have to do any guesswork into, you know, romantic connections, into if somebody has feelings for you because you're intuitive. And I was like, my sweet darling, can I please talk about this in the reading? And they're like, oh my God, absolutely, let me know. And no, I am many things. I'm many things, one of which is stupid, blindingly. I'm also legally blind, so it adds up, you know what I mean? No. No, darlings. No. Do not for one fucking moment think that I have any fucking awareness of self. I don't. Let alone an intuitive one. No, any intuitive will tell you that when it comes to ourselves, interpreting intuitively interpreting situations for ourselves, very difficult. Add on to that the fact that I'm a fucking fool, and you're fucked. And it's always been like that. It has nothing to do with my intuitive journey. I have always been very silly, and a little unaware, a little watching the butterflies go by, nothing going on, elevator music going on upstairs, a little bit of that, I won't lie to you. Yeah, goes back as far as I can remember, darlings. My first boyfriend back in the day, you know, high school boyfriend or whatever fucking age, I think it was high school. It was a friend of mine. Very sweet, very wonderful, very lovely young man. We had our little friend group, and I had a honking crush on this guy. Honking crush. But he was a year or two older, and I was like, not a fucking chance. Not a fucking chance he would notice me. Who? Me? No, not a chance. Okay, do not make me feel bad for this story, because I promise you, in the 15 years or so since it has happened, I have made myself feel bad enough. Do not make me feel bad for this story. But we were chatting on the MSN. It was me, and I was chatting with him, and then I was also chatting with a mutual friend of ours. Who was a darling Cancer. God love them. They love to invest themselves in the dynamics of others. Love Cancers, the mothers. And we were talking, and I cannot for the life of me remember how he said it, but basically it was along the lines of something, would you like to be my girlfriend? And I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. I thought it was a joke. I thought he was joking. Oh, fuck. I thought he was joking. So I said, ha ha ha, sure. Because I was like, oh my God, yes, I would. But I was like, there's no way he's serious. I'm not going to put myself out there. I'm not going to admit that I have a crush on him. And he went silent. He went offline, actually. I remember he went offline. And our mutual friend immediately, Katie, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, baby girl, you gotta be more specific. What are we talking about? And she's like, insert name of person here, just asked you out. And I was like, he was serious? And oh my God, the way the world came crashing down around me. Oh my God, oh my fucking goodness. I was like, oh no. And she's like, why did you reject him? I was like, I thought he was joking. I thought he was being a little ha ha hee hee. And she's like, okay, well, he like, well, this was before soft block. You could like go offline to certain people, and be online for other people, or be like appear offline and talk to people still. Which was the way. Oh, MSN. She was a gem. Miss her. Miss her. Um, she's like, okay, I'm going to try and talk to him. So anyway, she spoke to him, and then he's like, seriously? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I like you a lot. But we dated for quite a long time. He was wonderful. He is lovely. I do not know how he is doing in life. I wish him well, though. He is an absolutely phenomenal person. Yeah, no, babies. No, I'm a silly goose. Point blank, flat out, silly goose. You gotta, you can't, you gotta hold my hand and walk me into it. Literally. Yeah, like literally. Like, not to like rom-com protagonist or whatever the fuck myself. A little bit silly. So no. Do not think I have some fucking awareness. For other people, yes. Bar none, my babies. I can tell you point blank, walk into a room, be like, boom, that person has eyes on you. For myself, I wish. I fucking wish. I wish. Riz levels, -1,000, my darlings. Speaking of, Riz always reminds me of a very sweet, darling viewer, who is very lovely, and we're going to talk about her a little bit later. We're talking on Instagram, and she did something very cool that I want to talk about, but I want to ask her and talk about it with her first. Anyway, long story short, in a recent video of mine, God help me, could not tell you which one, my loves. Could not tell you which one. I made a silly comment about my wrist always cracking. And I basically said it was due to a drunk go-karting incident. And they were like, please give me the Rosebloom lore, babies, which my love, call any of my stupid stories Rosebloom lore. I'm absolutely going to tell you about it. It's not a very exciting story, but I did say, I was like, I'm taking a note. I'll talk about it. It's more embarrassing than anything, but I feel like, you know, you guys need to, I really need to paint a very clear picture about who I am. You guys know what you're getting into. It's not a surprise at this point. Anyway, I was on a date when I was 18, and it was a silly date. It was a silly date with a silly person, and we were silly, and it got silly, and I am not a big drinker. I am not. And people make the mistake of interpreting that to mean I can't drink. Now, my babies, I come from a hefty lineage of Irish, English, and French, and it's in my fucking DNA to be able to hold my booze, babies. It is in my DNA. And I was on a date with a slightly older person who was silly and was very insecure about the fact that we had been drinking for the better part of the afternoon, and he was a little sloshy and I was fine. Sure. And so it carried on, and it was very hot. And the day went on. We were at a carnival or a fucking whatever, a fair, whatever you call them, roller coasters and cotton candy and so on and what have you. And the day carried on, and I don't know what happened. It was probably the heat. I was severely dehydrated. I had been drinking for about 6 hours. And it just hit me. It just hit me in a way that I did not notice. I didn't know it was happening. And he was like, hey, do you want to have a go-kart race? Because he was very competitive, and the drinking wasn't going well for him. So he was like, let's see what I can win at. Deeply insecure person, if you're not picking up on that. And so it was the last date. Anyway, and I was like, sure, oh my god, I fucking love go-karts. Like, hit me up. And I, again, did not realize how intoxicated I was. And perhaps the 15-year-old go-kart attendant should have interpreted that. Maybe. Not their fault. Young, first summer job, it's not their fault. I don't blame them for my stupid, shitty decisions, of which there have been many. And I got in the go-kart. Haha. And I was like, that's fine. I'm not going to go very fast. So, we're go-karting around, and baby, I can drive. Like, gotta gas myself up. I can fucking drive. So I'm zip, zap, zooping. And I'm like, this is fine. This is great. I literally pedal to the metal. Like, it did not move from the floor of the go-kart. I was fucking going. And then you got like 3 laps, I think. So I was like, almost at the end of my 3rd lap. Let me stop. The brakes didn't work. And I was like, uh-oh. And if I wasn't so drunk, I probably would have had a more severe reaction than, oops. But again, I was so fucking drunk. So YouTube's gonna flag the shit out of me. What the fuck is she talking about? I was so intoxicated. So I said, hey now, I have a good idea, because they had like tires lining like the course or whatever the fuck it was. And I was like, this is what it was made for, babe. And so in my very inebriated mind, in my young, silly, 18-year-old, stupid, idiot mind, was I 18? For legal drinking age purposes, yes, I was. And I thought, I'll just drive into the wall and then the go-kart will stop. And I remember very clearly there was this group of like younger teenagers just hanging out, being young teenagers, watching us, drive around. And I could hear them as I was zooming past them. And the attendant, mind you, was like holding their hands up, trying to be like, no, stop. And I was like, babe, I got it, don't worry. And this group of young teenagers being like, oh, and I remember their faces so clearly as I was like, and I drove into that fucking tire wall which, by the way, looks like it'd be a gentle stop. Wasn't. And I stopped. Bar none. The point of the task was to get me to stop, and I stopped. I think almost everyone who viewed that thought I was instantly deceased. But then the attendant very nicely came and asked me, are you okay? And I was like, I'm great. And they like stood there awkwardly and like held out a hand to be like, do you need help? And I was like stumbling out. Huge nosebleed. Giant bruise on my chest from the steering wheel instantly because I bruised like a peach. But yeah, it stopped. And ever since then, literally anytime I move my wrist, not now, of course, but she cracks. She cracks crazy. I probably sprained it and didn't know. Yeah, that's the lore. I am sorry for the way you will now view me. Anyway, hello, my darlings. That is it for story time today. What will story time be next time? Great fucking question. Hello. Hi, my darlings. My name is Katie of Rosebloom Readings, if you didn't catch that earlier. Today's reading, my loves, is going to be a halvesies reading. We are going to have half of the reading here and half on Patreon for the more explicit messages. We are going to be looking into who is thinking of you, as well as what are they fantasizing about, you know what I'm saying, babies? Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I have been getting recommended, I don't know what I did, but I've been getting recommended a lot of Pride and Prejudice clips on Instagram, and obsessively watching them all. So I keep getting recommended them, and watching Mr. Darcy's confession to Elizabeth 940 times a day. So my heart, she's aching. Um, and so I was like, let's talk about love. I love talking about love. You guys know that. I fucking love love. So we have 4 piles today, my darlings. One day it might be different. Today is not my loves. Pile number 1 is Voice of an Angel. Pile number 2 is Alice. Pile number 3 is Silver Siren. Pile number 4 is Dark Harlequin. As always, I will have the timestamps down below in the description box, my darlings. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, my loves, it is most likely because there are messages that resonate for you in each of those piles. Take the messages that resonate, leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive them. If you need a little clarity, my loves, take a long breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through your mouths. Take all the time you need, my loves. Pause if you have to. I do not mind. Whenever you are ready, I will also be ready, and we will get started. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Pile number 1. Voice of an Angel. I love this card. I love this card for a multitude of fucking reasons. Let's talk about them. First being, you have a very, very close spirit guide to you, my darlings, and I feel like I don't need to tell you that because I feel like you have a very close-knit relationship with your spirit guide. I feel like you communicate with them a lot. I feel as though you are the creatives of the 4 piles, my darlings, primarily. I feel like you, my loves, I feel like there's a bond between you and the person who is thinking of you, between the creative aspects that you have. And it doesn't just pertain to music, although music is definitely at the forefront. You could be musicians, you could be songwriters, but it feels like whatever you are interested in, they have a similar interest. So if you are a songwriter, they could be, you know, they could play guitar, they could be a singer. If you are if you're a photographer, the other person could be like, you know, into cosplay or also into photography. If you like to write books, they could write poetry, they could write screenplays, or vice versa, etc., etc. So it feels like your creative passions are similar, but slightly different. It does definitely feel like you communicate to each other through music a lot. It does feel as though this is a person who, as of right now, you are not in communication with, the majority of you at least, my darlings, especially with the, I want to say dove, birdology 101. No, that's not a fucking dove. Bird, white bird. I don't know. I pet Rowan earlier and I just realized my sleeve is covered in dog hair. What else is new? I have a lint roller somewhere. Because I keep that thing on me. Okay. I do. I have one everywhere. My car, my purse, every room of my house. But yeah, not in communication as of yet, but a very strong spiritual link, my darlings. And it feels like the way you two are communicating as of right now, it's increased a lot in the last 1 to 3 weeks, I will say, as far back as 1 to 3 months at the time you're watching this, my darlings. But it feels like you'll wake up and you'll just have a particular verse of a song that you haven't heard in years, playing repeatedly over and over in your head, my darlings. And that feels like the sign for how you know it's from this person, because it's like over and over and over until you kind of acknowledge it and be like, why am I thinking of that song? Why is that song stuck in my head? I haven't heard that song since 2004. What's happening? And that it's very sweet. This is a very, very beautiful, very light, very spiritual connection. I'm picking up on the fact that both of you are content creators. Oh, geez, the Canadian, she jumped out there, didn't she? Creators. Jeez Louise, eh? It definitely feels like there is, I see a lot of screen, a lot of online, and Voice of an Angel You both talk a lot for what you do, and both of you have very lovely voices. Not just to each other, but it feels like your voices garner a lot of attention from the people that view you. And that's very, very fucking cool. Okay, things are happening very quickly. Oh, I love what I'm seeing. Oh, oh my goodness gracious. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is nice. This is cute. This is nice. Okay. Yeah, so with Ace of Arrows, Ace of Swords, definitely online. This is somebody you meet online, my darlings. And I feel like that's not really a shock because it feels like you're very connected to this person's heart, my loves. Your heart and this person's heart, very connected. My middle finger and my ring finger are very itchy. Direct line to the heart, my babies. You could get that as a synchronicity as well. Itchy middle finger and itchy ring finger. Ooh, and it feels like, yeah, so definitely online, and that's not surprising because it feels like you work so much online that you have very little time for a social life outside of your social circle. You have a very tightly knit social circle, and that is where your social life exists outside of your job and outside of online. It's not a dig at you, my babies. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. And so it makes a lot of sense that you would meet this person online. Happening very quickly, though, my darlings. The spiritual strength of your connection is very intense. Very clear. The messages coming from this person are very clear, my darlings. This person feels fucking intuitive as fuck, by the way, I will say. This feels like I'm seeing how you two are connecting in the ethers. Just something about it is reminding me of that. And yeah, the horse in the background, and like first of all, this is a fucking gorgeous connection, my loves. This is a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous connection. And with the positioning here, it does feel as though this person, as they are very tapped into their intuition, are aware of you. I feel like you're just about to become aware of them. Either you just have, like just have within the last 8 days, I'm hearing, or you will, like within, like maximum 8 days from this reading, my darlings, if not fucking today, right now. Hello. Hi, baby. Because that's what it feels like. Brunhilde just has to turn around and it's like, oh my god, there you are, the love of my life, hello, hi. And that's what it feels like. But yeah, they are definitely, they're also very protective of you, very, very protective of you. There's been a lot of shit that you've been dealing with the fire around here, my darlings. What did the Brunhilde and Siegfried, what that's, is brimstone? Something about brimstone, because Shrek, right? That was based on the Shrek movie. Timeless masterpiece. I don't know what to tell you, my babies. I don't know what to tell you. Something about brimstone, right? Right? Exactly. So all the fire here, shit that you can't see, but it's hot and it's scary and it's intimidating. You've been dealing with a lot of shit as of late, my darlings. And what are we pulling? I want to pull, yeah. Yes. And it feels like just everything, like there's no one avenue. It feels like you've been dealing with I'm hearing family emergency. It feels like you have been dealing with like conflicts and severe stresses at work. It feels like your body has been really kind of coming down hard on you. Sorry, it's not funny. Serious issue. Because you're so overwhelmed and stressed. It feels like you're just recently getting over like probably one of the most severe bouts of illness that you've had in quite some time. I'm hearing that you don't get sick often, but when you do, your body fucking means it. Yeah, okay, thank you. Ooh. 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 Oh my goodness. Oh, the love. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. 4 4s. Huge numbers for you, my darlings. 3s, 33s, 333s, fours, 4 4s, and 4 4 4, as well as 8. 8 is a big number for one of you specifically. It could be correlated to your life number, adding up your date of birth, month of birth, and year of birth all together. You could have the life number 8, or just a favorite number, a lucky number. Some of you could also be, if you play sports, could be your jersey number, as well as yeah. So yeah, with her, again, we don't look at gender, my darlings. That's not something we look at energy. Everybody has feminine and masculine. I say that every time. I am seeing this person as the feminine energy. I am seeing you as this hunka burning love. And so and so for this energy to land on top of this card, where we were just talking about how much you've been dealing with, this person has been keeping a very close energetic watch over you, my darlings, offering you a lot of comfort and a lot of protection. They have so much fucking love for you, my darlings. You two, soulmates, babies. Soul fucking mates for sure. This is a severely magnetic attraction. Like, a connection that goes heart-centered. Absolutely, as I was saying. Heart-centered connection, connected at the hearts. You two have known each other so many times before, my darlings. You're each other's people, bar none. It feels like both of you have been single for quite some time as well. And you miss the fuck out of each other. You miss each other a lot, my babies. You miss each other a fucking ton. And yeah, you both are really, really ready for your person, not just any person, not just any romantic relationship. You want that special person. You want your oh my shitting goodness, I'm gonna lose my mark. Fuck. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I got excited. Come on, babies. This is good. This is good. I don't know what to tell you, my loves. Bottom of the deck is Temperance. This is beautiful. So, you don't want just any person. You don't want just any person, my darlings. You both have higher standards than that. You've dated just any person before. You've dated, you know, whoever. You both have so much love to give. You're so heart-centered. My right ear is ringing very loudly if that resonates with you, my darlings. So much fucking love to give. And, you have this love because this love is meant for this person, and they have that love because it's meant for you. But before you both, you know, reconnected, before you remembered each other, you were like, okay, I had this love, so it has to go somewhere. So it went to a lot of places. It went to a lot of places, and not a lot of those places were where that love was meant to go, my darlings. And the same for this person, I'm feeling. You two had a lot of karmic relationships. People who did not appreciate, respect, value, or cherish you in the way that you're worthy of, my darlings. People who made you doubt the way and the amount that you love, which is absolutely fucking bonkers. Because I mean, we have the King of Cups, we have the Magician, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have Wheel of Fortune. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that? And so, how do I cope? I can't. Very romantic people. Very romantic people. I'm hearing this person telling me very clearly that you are magnificent. You're a magnificent partner. Because and they know that intuitively, and they know that because they've been with you many lifetimes before, my darlings, because it feels like so many people have undervalued your love and your partnership, and your affection in romantic and platonic ways, I'm hearing as well, my darlings. And they can fucking eat rocks, because you are magnificent. You are so, so, so kind and gentle and loving and thoughtful and doting and nurturing. You're wonderful, my babies. You are wonderful. Definitely this person sees you very, 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 very clearly. They could even, if they don't follow you on social media as of yet, they are aware of your social media. The Magician. This person, I feel as though they are, they're content creators, but it feels like they're content creators, in terms of spirituality, especially tarot, divination in that way. They feel very witchy. The Magician here in this deck is giving me very witchy energy. They have a very witchy vibe about them. But they see you, like with these two cards, they see you very clearly, my darlings. And this is so good. This is so good because you two feel like the King of Cups. Both of you, the King of Cups along with the Knight of Cups. As what, like, this is you both. You're both on such an equal wavelength right now. Wonderful manifestors. You two enjoy a lot of abundance and a lot of honking in the background confirmation, my darlings. A lot of what you wish for, what you dream of, you make happen very quickly in a way that surprises a lot of the people around you, because it's like, well, you know, these dreams and ambitions you have don't make sense to people when you say them out loud. So you've kind of both started to just sort of keep it to yourselves, but then you make it happen, and it happens in a huge and magnificent and massively successful way. And people are like, oh, that's pretty cool. And you're like, yeah, I told you, and you told me I was stupid, so I don't know what to tell you. And whether you're aware of it or not, my darlings, you have a very, very, very strong connection with spirituality and the divine, as well as trust in spirituality and the divine with the Wheel of Fortune here. This person does as well, but it feels like theirs is more conscious. And the King of Cups here, both of you are very much in this energy, which is fantastic because you're both so deeply sensitive. You lead by the heart. You both follow your hearts, always have. And because of that, you've allowed your heart to be very open. And when the heart is very open, but we don't know yet how to protect our hearts in a way that doesn't just shut us off from the world, you know, our hearts can get a little tossed around, a little battered, a little bruised. So there is nothing that could happen to either of you that would make you close your hearts off from the world, because that is not the type of people that you are, my darlings. Instead, you have both gone through a lot of tower moments, especially in the last... I'm hearing 2017, 2018, 2019, or the last 5 years at the time that you're watching this. Where a lot has come up, and a lot of emotions, a lot of difficulties, a lot of hermit phases, a lot of isolation, a lot of feeling lost, feeling frustrated, a lot of, you know, very intense, heavy emotions coming up that you have had to deal with. And it hasn't been easy, my darlings. It has not been fun. This person understands that, my loves. This person feels that because they have gone on their journey through that themselves, in a way that very much mirrors you. You both are mirroring each other a lot. Soulmates, my babies. I don't know how many ways I can say it. And through those moments, through getting through those moments and coming out to the other side of it, my darlings, and it is a process. You know, there's no end point in our growth and development and everything else. There's no like, okay, well, that's done. But you've gotten through, you know, the more difficult aspects of it, the necessary aspects of it. And through that, you are still very heart-led, as this person is, but now it's more connected to your mind as well. There's an even balance between leading with your heart and mind, as opposed to just leading with your heart, despite what your mind is screaming at you. And that's wonderful because it allows you to find each other. That is how you find each other, my loves, because you recognize each other, because you have this awareness of head and heart, and so there's no denying it. Whereas before, it was kind of easy to sort of second guess your heart, because your mind would come into play and be like, is this real? But your heart's like, I want that, and your mind being like, but remember what happened? Whereas now your heart and your mind are connected on an equal wavelength. You connect with this person, and your heart and mind both say, I found you, I've missed you, I'm so glad that you're here with me now. And that's beautiful. That is beautiful. This person is giving you so much love, my darlings, especially in the difficult times that you have been through recently. It feels like, yeah, this person has been giving you a lot of affection and a lot of protection. Really, really lovely. You guys connect through dreams as well, a lot. And it definitely feels like You're really in a phase now, my darlings, where you're missing, it feels like missing somebody who your heart knows, but you don't know. Almost like, you know, you can't, like missing somebody you can't quite remember, kind of a thing. Because that's very much what it is, my loves. You miss somebody that, you know, on a space of logic, on a space of physicality, you can't quite remember. Spiritually, yes. This is your eternal love. This is the person your soul loves. And so just believing that, my darlings, believing that when you miss this person, because this person's missing you too, my babies. Oh my goodness, this person is missing you too. And they're coming in very quickly, my loves. Very, very quickly. Like they're fucking ready. I keep hearing that. They're like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm coming. I'm ready. We'll talk about that on Patreon now, won't we? But like they're fucking running to you. I feel like you both have had a lot of past lives together. I feel like one of your most recent ones involved being pirates together, which is very cool. The power dynamic. Oof. Power couple. That's what you two. Come on now. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. That's very fucking beautiful. Okay, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So, okay, it feels like at the time that I'm filming this, we're just about to head into a Mercury retrograde. And again, this is a timeless reading, my love. Whenever you stumble upon it is when the messages are meant to find you. But it does feel as though regardless of the time that you watch this, you have been having some emotions come up. And it feels like those emotions are coming up through the way that you miss this person. And it feels like you've been getting a lot of synchronicities about them that maybe you aren't fully aware of. Music is a huge one, my darlings. I would even suggest getting a journal, even just a notebook, or even like on your phone. And when you get a song stuck in your head, just even like looking up the lyrics to the song and reading through it, and you're going to feel, you know, the messages that are meant to come through those song lyrics for you from this person, my darlings. And it also feels like you've been watching a lot of very, 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 very romantic themed media. I'm hearing Jane Austen, which earlier I was talking about how I kept getting recommended Pride and Prejudice clips on Instagram. And when I'm a sensitive girl and I don't know how much longer I can go with watching Mr. Darcy confess to Elizabeth when I don't have somebody to hold my hand and kiss me on the forehead. I'm a simple woman. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not asking for a lot. But yes, or you're reading a lot of like romantically focused media. You're feeling very, very romantically focused lately. It also feels like a big synchronicity for right before you meet this person is you're going to see somebody either celebrate like a milestone anniversary with their partner, or somebody getting engaged or married, or you're going to hear about it. And it's going to be like in your direct vicinity. It's not going to like, you know, pop up, or you're going to be seeing a lot of, I feel like you watch TikTok a lot. I feel like you watch YouTube shorts a lot of like shorter videos. You're going to be seeing a lot of clips of people either getting engaged or getting married, or like just being very happy and romantic. And instead, my darlings, instead of getting like envious, and instead of getting not bitter, but a lot of envy, a lot of like, I wish that were me, being like, I'm going to have that. I am going to have that. And it feels like this person is sending you so many very clear synchronicities as they get close to meeting, my darlings, because they are so intuitive, so connected to you spiritually. You're very connected to them as well, my darlings. I feel like it starts off with like smells and dreams, and then the songs. You're gonna find yourself like humming and singing a lot as well, like without even realizing it, realizing you've been singing like the same line of the same song over and over for like 2 hours. And it feels like it's going to then turn into like physical sensations. Like your bed is a really big bed is a big focus. Because because it feels like that's where you very easily connect to your spirituality, connect to this person when you're falling asleep, when you're just waking up. You're a very, very talented lucid dreamer, by the way, my darlings. And so you're going to like feel, you know, you're going to be sleeping on, I feel like you sleep on your side. And it's going to feel like somebody's like behind you, and you're going to turn around and no one's there yet, about to be. Or you are, going to feel like somebody like, you know, stroking your hair, brushing your hair, or like nuzzling your nose. I feel like that's a really, really big thing this person does. Oh, babies, come on now, come on now. Okay, yeah. Okay, scooch, make room, make room. And then like a week, maybe 2 weeks after that starts happening, boom, you connect with this person. Okay, so we have new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. I do feel as though the new moon is a very, very, very big signifier for this relationship, my darlings. I don't feel as though you follow the moon very, very, very closely. If you wanted to, you could get an app that would let you know the phases and signs of the moons. I like, what is the one I like called? I will mention it in the description. I think it's called Time Passages. Nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon, be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon, and you're very close to a boop bop bip, very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. So nothing will come of this situation. Simmer down, my loves. I feel like that made you nervous. Nothing will come of this situation feels like okay. So this person misses you a lot, my darlings. They miss you a lot. You are on their mind constantly. And they feel the way that you miss them. And that is calling each other in, the way that you miss each other, because you cannot miss something if you don't know it, my loves, right? And you know each other. You've known each other many lifetimes before. You know each other many lifetimes again, my darlings. However, I feel like my sweet, beautiful loves, it is difficult for you to allow yourselves to, oh, I'm getting crown chakra prickles, top of the head, my loves. Difficult for yourselves to accept that this person is coming into your lives. This very loving, very wonderful, very gorgeous, very sweet, very funny, very intelligent, very nurturing, very hardworking, very talented, very, very, very magnificent, passionate person is coming into your life because of a multitude of reasons. And part of that does feel like it pertains to you feeling like you've kind of closed yourself off. You work a lot. It feels like you work from home. Feels like you work on your own for the most part, at least, you know, physically. And so you're like, there's just no chance. There's no chance I would meet somebody, because if I was going to meet somebody, I would have already met them. It would have been the people that I work with, the company I work for, the people that view me. And it's not, but it's connected to that. This person also, you could be connected through either a coworker or a viewer, or you could, especially because I feel like this person does witchy shit online, you could go to them for maybe a reading, or, you know, if they sell like crystals, you could, you know, start getting into spirituality crystals with them, because you're very investigative. You really like to learn about things. You're very open-minded, my darlings. You're giving me a lot of Taurus, a lot of Gemini, a lot of Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, a little bit of Libra, and a little bit of Pisces. And so instead of, you know, thinking, oh, there's no way, or, you know, instead of thinking, you know, well, it's just not meant for me, because I feel like there are people who have made you feel that way before, my loves, and they were in the wrong. It is absolutely meant for you. You're a very wonderful partner. You're very romantic. You're very passionate. You're very sweet. You have so much to offer. So much to offer, my loves, and you are worth so much. You are worth this person, my loves, and they are worth you. Nothing less. Nothing less for either of you, my loves. So getting out of the headspace that you can sometimes fall into of like, getting out of the headspace of I wish. And that sounds silly for somebody like me to say, don't say that, because the best way for you to wish, my loves, is for you to inhabit the energy of the magician who does not wish they know. I know what I will have. I will have it. Not I wish for it. I will have it. I will have this person. I will have a person who is worthy and deserving of me. I will be worthy and deserving of this person. I am worthy and deserving of this person. I will have the happy relationship that I'm meant to have. I will have my special person. I feel like that's something you say a lot. I want my special person, my special somebody, which is very sweet, my loves. And you will have it. They're thinking of you, my darlings. Be bold and make the first move. You're shy, my babies. You are shy. You have massive charisma, but you are shy. You are shy, my loves, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being shy. However, my sweet darlings, however, trust your instincts. Trust your instincts, and if you feel called to this person, because although you develop a lot of little crushes, the pull that you feel to this person is unlike anything you have ever felt in this physical lifetime, my loves. And that is how you will know this is your person. Because it's going to be such an intensely strong pull that it won't make sense to you. It's like, well, what the fuck do I do about that? And you can get intimidated by it. Of course you can. A pull that strong, of course you can get intimidated by it, my darlings. But this person is home. And this person is comfort. This is your person. You have nothing to be shy about, my loves. Nothing to be nervous about. All you have to do is take the first step. Take the first step into approaching this person, because it feels like they give you some kind of opening. With the Knight of Cups, my darlings, they approach you in some kind of way, but it feels like there's an element of, it's almost like I'm seeing like a fence around you. And it feels like that fence is in terms of, so we have Maple Spirit, Generosity, Starry Night, Acceptance, and Spirit Guardian of Spring activation. So Spring, bottom of the deck energy is Raven, Spirit, Truth. Spring, very significant for this connection, my darlings. The months particularly of April, May, and June feel very, very, very significant for the start of this connection. What was I just saying? I was just saying something. Yes. They either mention you in a comment, or you see what they make, or you see what they do, or they talk about you briefly, or they just talk about something that you immediately know that is your person. And all you have to do, my darlings, is reach out to them, because it feels like they're easier to reach than you are. And it feels like that has to do with your following being much bigger, or just the fact that, you know, you're not as present on social media as they are, or you are, but in a more subdued way. You know, maybe your DMs are turned off, or some such. You feel very like you're kind of fenced in, and this person can't get to you. They want to, would love to. If they could, they already would have. But it feels like they are easier for you to reach. So all you have to do is reach out, my babies. All you have to do is reach out. And it feels like for some of you to kind of get your foot in the door, it feels like that could be why, you know, if they offer readings or whatever they offer, you reach out to them that way, because then it's a bit of an icebreaker, you know. And however you do it is fine. But I'm also hearing that, you know, if you just reach out to them with a hey, how are you, like, this person's gonna know, my babies. You're gonna know each other, my loves. There's no fucking way that you can't. You connect a lot at night, my babies. If you feel called to getting a dream journal, I feel like that would really benefit you as well. I feel like you're very good at remembering your dreams. Your dreams are very vivid. Your dreams are very telling. A lot of your intuition comes through when you're dreaming, comes through at night. I was also talking at the beginning of the reading when we did story time and the pile prep. I was talking about a very embarrassing story of when I was much younger and I got drunk on a go-kart, and now my wrist cracks all the time because I crashed it into a wall. And that story is coming up now again. So it feels, I don't know what that has to do with it. I feel like, yeah, you like to have fun. You like to have fun. You like to go out. You like to drink. You like to have a nice social time. But it also feels like this connection is very fun. Very deep connection. This is layered, my babies. This is like, you guys are best friends. Best friends through and through. But this is also the love of your fucking life. Your forever person, my darlings. And this person wants you so much. They want you so fucking bad. You miss each other, my babies. And I know you miss them because I can feel the way that you miss them. And this person feels the way that you miss them as well. So it's like, just, you know, you're gonna know. They're coming in very, very, very soon if you haven't already met them. And you're gonna know. You're gonna know, my loves. And I feel like sometimes you can be like, well, no, I can't. I don't know. You know, I can't, like, get a clue. I don't know how to trust, like, my feelings, because it does feel like, you know, you have a way of kind of, you know, you can fall in love with strangers in 10 seconds flat, my loves. You people watch and you're like, you make stories for people. I feel like a lot of you are writers as well. You're very invested in the stories of people. That's something you're very fascinated with, and you love telling stories about people, it feels like. I feel like this person is very creative in that way as well. But it feels like this person also, especially if they are psychics and diviners, are very invested in people's stories. People have stories. You two are very, very compassionate towards humanity, my loves. And it feels like, yeah, you miss this person, my babies. You miss this person. You want to reach out to them. You're going to know, and when you know, all you have to do is just take a single step towards them, my loves. Because I'm seeing, like, you know, in Ponyo, when sweet little Ponyo uses her magic, steals her dad's magic, all the same, it's all the same, and turns into a little girl, and then she meets Sasuke, and she, like, runs at him. It's a very popular gif. She runs at him and hugs him, and, like, they almost knock each other over. Like, that is what I'm seeing for you both. Like, that you just kind of knock on this person's door, and they don't even have to look through the peephole to be like, I know it's you, baby, I'm coming. And they just run at you, and it's so fucking sweet. So trust your intuition, my loves. Trust your intuition. I feel like that's something that kind of comes more difficultly for you, comes to you with more difficulty, because it feels like you've had to kind of quiet that down a lot, because there haven't been a lot of people around you in your life who believe in the depth of your intuition, which is very deep and very strong, my darlings. This person believes you wholeheartedly, my loves, and through that your intuition strengthens. It feels like your intuition actually in the last 2 to 4 years has been strengthening anyway, just as you and this person have been connecting and getting closer to each other. I'm sorry for how loud Rowan is snoring in the background. And so trust your intuition. If you feel a pull to this person, my loves, you don't question it. Don't question it. Don't overthink it. Don't hesitate. Do not hesitate, because you've been led to this person for a reason, my loves. So single step and they come running, and then it's hugs, and then there's your person, and you've reconnected. We have Owl, seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. Moose, with self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Mountain Goat, fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. Black Panther, sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. Yeah, okay, so a lot going on here. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. So trusting your intuition, my darlings, because it does feel as though you have a lot of attention around you. This person feels the amount of attention you have around you. And it's interesting because you're yearning for a romantic connection, but you're yearning for this person and that romantic connection, because if you wanted anybody, you could have anybody, because there are people fucking fawning over you, my darlings. I mean, I get it. You're a fucking 30,000 out of 10, but whatever you do, it feels very, some of you, it's very sensual, very, very sensual. Some of you could be on OF, and, you know, you got some people got some heart eyes for you, my babies, and some heart something or others now, don't they? Or you could create, like, art or writing that's very, very sensual. Or just your speaking voice, like if you talk a lot. I feel like a lot of you talk a lot, because it feels like I keep having to clear my throat chakra. And so it feels like your voice is very sensual to a lot of people. You saucy boots. Self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. So yeah, this is happening very, very, very quickly, my darlings. Have you ever seen a fucking moose run? Shit's crazy. It's terrifying. I also feel like one of you could be from Canada. I was getting that earlier because it was while I was shuffling, I saw the beaver. National animal of Canada. I don't know why. I've lived in Canada my whole life. I've seen a beaver once, but it's fine. And then this feels like it confirms it. Or you end up living in Canada with this person, or one of you has lived in Canada for a significant amount of time. Even if you do not live there now. Yeah, this person's coming very quickly, my darlings. Be patient with it, but also calling them in by saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for my person. Instead of, I want, as if it's something unreachable. Because it feels like that's where you're at right now, my darlings. Is like, I really want this, but, it doesn't feel like it's coming towards me. No, my loves. This person is right the fuck there, my darlings. Right the fuck there. So thinking about them, making space for them, thinking about, I feel like you do. I feel like you think a lot about how you would like to be in a romantic relationship because you're very romantic, and this person is fully fucking aware of how lucky they are to be your person, my darlings, to be in a romantic connection with you, but also not just focusing on what you want to give to this person, what you want to do, but instead also focusing on how would you like to be treated in a relationship? What would you like your person to do for you, my darlings? Because it feels like that's not something you do a lot because you almost feel bad in doing it. No. No, my loves. No. That is how you welcome this person faster, my darlings, because all of the things that you're going to connect with wanting, this person is going to give you, my loves. Fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. Okay, so I'm ignoring the last line because that doesn't feel like it resonates with this at all, but I will say, it definitely feels like you're very big fans of Jane Austen. Feels like Pride and Prejudice actually is one of your favorite movies, which, like, samesies, babies. Let's watch it together. Let's hold hands. I will cry. Don't look at me, but just, it'll be okay. Because ardent declarations. Most ardently. Oh God, I hurt my own heart. Ooh. And yeah, fighting for love. That is what you two have been doing your entire fucking lives. That is what you two have been doing as you've gone through the ebbs and flows of all of the different fucking things that you have gone through, my loves, because you two are determined to find each other. So holding on to that energy, my loves, because this is a connection that is worth fighting for. And that is what you two have been doing. Whether knowingly or not, you have been fighting for the love that you two have for each other, my darlings. And it feels like this person is really in that energy. They are so protective of you. And it feels like you're feeling that. I feel like you have been really good about setting boundaries for yourselves lately, which is not something that comes easy to you, my darlings. You are not people who have an easy time saying no. And you have been. You've been taking better care of yourselves. You've been setting boundaries. You have been, if something makes you feel unsettled or uncomfortable, or it's just not for you, you put a stop to it. Whereas before you would have kind of sludged your way through the discomfort. No longer, my loves. And it feels like this person's energy is with you in those moments, protecting you from the fire, protecting you from the brimstone, and keeping you safe and encouraging you. And they're so fucking proud of you, my darling. So fucking proud. Sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. So this person, witchy as fuck, you are so fucking attracted to this person. The physical intimacy, we're going to talk about that in a second, my darlings. We're about to scooch over to Patreon. Babies, this is everything you would want, because it feels like that's such a huge part of what you want. You want the romance, and you want croissant, and you want, sorry, I just spit everywhere. I just lizard spit, like it came out my fucking molars. It was like and, sensual, and you want the deep romance, but you also want the best friendship, and that is what you have with this person, my darlings. This person has very mysterious energy, my loves. Very mysterious. It feels, something about them is very mysterious to you in a very alluring way. You want to know more about them because you want to know about them. You want to know everything about them. You're pulled into this person fully, my loves. Very sensual, very sexy. One of you in this connection could have very long nails, because Black Panther also, There's a lot of, there's some gripping and scratching, my loves. There's some biting. There's some, oh, somebody's got some sharp canines. Okay, we'll do Patreon. We'll get into that more on Patreon. Very intuitively connected, my loves. Listen to your intuition very clearly, because that is how this person is speaking to you. But you're very, very, very pulled into this person. Element of mystery. One of you could have a Scorpio moon or a Scorpio Venus, or be Scorpios. But there's also an element of mystery. I feel like you might not know what the other person looks like fully, or you might not know clearly, like maybe they just have like a profile picture, and it's kind of, you know, small, you can't really see them clearly. And so, and that's very telling. That feels like it's for a reason. That is for a reason, because as I said, my darlings, you could fall in love with anybody in 10 seconds flat. That's not a dig at you, my loves. You're a very heart-centered person, very Venusian in your energy, my darlings. And so it feels like that's not by accident, because the fact that you're so pulled into this person without knowing what they look like is a huge fucking deal for you, my loves, because you're a very visual person. Not to say you have like a specific type, because your type is so vast. But you have like specific things you're attracted to. So the fact that you know, maybe can't see this person clearly or at all, or just parts of them, or there's some element of mystery to them and you're so fucking pulled in, you're so attracted to them, that is very telling, my loves, in a very, very, very wonderful way. This is a really, really wonderful connection, my darlings. This is really wonderful, and I'm very excited. It's coming very, very quickly, but also a lot of encouragement to go for it, to trust your instinct, my darlings, to approach this person, to not feel shy, not feel nervous, because this is a sure fucking thing, and you're going to know, my loves. You're going to know, and this is really wonderful. Oof. But yeah, this person has Black Panther energy for sure. Very sensual, very sexy, very, but also very watchful, very protective over you. They're watching you very closely, my loves, very closely, in a very protective way, not in a creepy way, just in like a, you know, they want to keep you safe. They want to protect you. They want to love you. They want to dote on you. And that's very, very sweet. All right, my darlings. Okay, yeah. So that's it for here, my darlings. I will have a link to the extended reading, the more saucy messages, what they're fantasizing about. And there's a lot of that energy in this connection, my babies. There's the sacral chakra energy I'm feeling in my something or other. And oh my goodness gracious. And if you are ending the reading here, my loves, thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I would love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down below in the description box. Is that it? I think so. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my darlings. Group number 2, if you picked this card, Alice, we are going to be looking into who is thinking of you, who has you on their mind, and what are they fantasizing about. We're going to look into that, those messages on Patreon. But right off the bat, it does feel as though this is somebody who you have known for quite some time. A lot of you have known this person since childhood. You went to school with them, or you have known them for a very significant, like no less than 12 years. And it does feel as though, if I'm hearing unresolved, so it feels like there is feelings that either went unspoken between you both, or feelings that, you know, were kind of mentioned like in passing and weren't really delved into. And that's interesting, because earlier I was talking about a comment someone had made, a message they had sent me on Instagram about like, oh, you're so fortunate, you're an intuitive, you know, it must be so easy for you to like have romantic connections because you just know how people feel. And I went into how stupid I am, and like past stories of romantic connections I've had going way back to like my younger teen years, where like I'm just oblivious as fuck. And it feels like it's going to be interesting to do that story time and pile prep now, because it feels like the stories that come up are eventually going to correlate to some aspect of something in the readings. That's very interesting. So we have the 3 of coins, 3 of pentacles, and the 7 of arrows, the 7 of swords. Okay, so somebody definitely had their guard up. Somebody had their defenses up. Somebody could not handle the weight of what was shared, or somebody could not handle the weight of their feelings. And so they packed up their shit and they left. And it feels like it was very unresolved. And it was very, you know, it's kind of like they just disappeared down the rabbit hole. They were just gone. And there's not been a lot of communication lately. But it feels like this person who left has had this other person who they left on their mind constantly, as well as vice versa. So let us... I want to look into this a little bit more. It also feels like somebody's watching somebody a lot on social media, in a very like silent way. Like you don't want to be noticed. You don't want to be acknowledged. I feel like somebody also moved away as well. So we have caring connections. Yeah, this is a really, really sweet, really warm connection, my loves. We have community. Okay, that's gorgeous. Along with the 3 of pentacles. Come on, my babies. And then we have walking away. Yeah, walking away but looking back, which is very similar to the Alice energy here. It's like, you know, I can't leave this behind. I can't end this. I can't move on from this. And that's very telling, my loves. To not be able to, you know, fully move on from somebody is very telling, because, you know, there's a reason. There's a reason that you're unable to pull yourself away completely. And be that the fact that it's just gone unresolved, that it's gone, you know, unfinished, or the fact that, you know, one of you really wants something more with the other person, something more romantic. That is something that can only be, you know, a conclusion that can only be reached through communicating, through talking to each other. It also feels like you have a very similar friend group, similar social circle. So like the distance between you both is very noticeable. It also feels like one of you, whoever is watching the other on social media, I feel like it's really splitsies between you both. Like it's half and half. Half of you, it's, you know, you who have kind of, you know, left this person behind. The other half, it's this person having left you behind. But whoever is watching the other person on social media, it feels like, yeah, 8 of Cups, my babies, absolutely. It feels like you can't, you know, part of the reason you can't move on is because someone saw something that put the thought in their head that the person they were watching on social media has a new romantic connection. And that's just fucking eating away at them. That is eating away at them. The jealousy is palpable. And jealousy it's an interesting thing, my loves. It is an interesting thing. You know, I get a lot of people who feel very guilty for the jealousy that they feel. Because a lot of people are made to feel guilty for jealousy. But it's different. It's different. You know, my view of it is usually if it's not harming you or the other person, small doses of jealousy are just signifiers that, you know, the person you're feeling that towards is somebody who matters to you, my darlings. And so, you know, to feel jealous about seeing this potential relationship is kind of what spurs this person who's viewing the other person on social media into action. And we're getting a lot of walking away and moving on, but it's like unfinished. It's like I can't take that last step until there's closure, either in the form of certainty of, you know, the person who has feelings for the other person, those feelings are not reciprocated, or those feelings are reciprocated, what are we doing about it? Or they're not reciprocated, but I don't want to lose you in the capacity that I've had you my entire life. And that needs to be spoken about. And there's no possible way to get through this circumstance without speaking about it. the Patreon reading for this is gonna be really interesting. I'm already getting a lot of stuff. But it does feel, with the Sun, it does feel as though this is something that would be resolved with the Knight of Wands as well. The person who's thinking of you is somebody very, very, first of all, incredibly physically attractive. I'm just gonna say it. So, second of all, somebody very charismatic, somebody very passionate, somebody who is really admired, somebody who is very looked up to, very respected by the people around them, somebody very kind, very compassionate, very creative, very, what they do for work is very unique, but they're very driven by what they do. And then we I mean, two knights here, my babies. Knight of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. So it definitely feels like, yeah, one of you is the Knight of Wands, and I feel like for a lot of you, that's the person thinking of you. And then you, my darlings, really feel like the Knight of Pentacles. Switch it up as it resonates, my darlings. But it feels like this Knight of Pentacles is very much like, you know, just gorgeous, stunning, achieving what they're achieving, but really has this kind of thought process of like it feels like, you know, if you're the one who was approached by this Knight of Pentacles with Knight of Wands with romantic intent, and it feels like a lot of you, that's the dynamic, because the Knight of Wands is, you know, the charmer, the charisma, the flirt, if you will. So it's like, you know, why me kind of energy. And it feels like a lot of you, that's kind of, you know, for those of you that stepped away, that's the reasoning behind you stepping away, is like, well, like, you know, you're not seeing things clearly. I'm not, you know, enough for you, or that kind of thing. And no, my loves, don't second guess this person's judgment, my darlings. Do not second guess this person's judgment that you are not enough for them in whatever way, because that's a fully grown adult, my babies. That is a fully grown adult who knows you, who has a full awareness of who you are as a person, and who has approached you and with romantic intent, who has developed feelings for you of romantic intent. And you know, you don't get to make the decision for them that they don't see you clearly enough to have, you know, a good enough sense of judgment for their feelings for you, my loves. No. Because they see you and they want you. I mean, look at that. Look at the way he's looking at her. Like that, like, come on. That is so fucking cute. So sweet. This person, I will say, actually sees you a lot fucking clearer than most people do, my loves. A lot clearer for the depth of the person that you are. It feels like people have a tendency to see you in a very kind of surface level way, a very one note way. They see like one aspect of who you are, and, you know, they're like, that's great, but I'm not looking any deeper. And this person wants to see all of you. They want to see all of you. They want to build something with you. They want to grow with you, my loves. They want to, their love for you runs fucking deep, my loves. Fire and earth. A strong emphasis on Leo. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Could also be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Emphasis on Scorpio. We have Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings. Gorgeous. Standing Stones, Passage. Yeah, you got to get through this, my loves. There's no way around it, no way above it, no way under it. You got to go through it. Going on a bear hunt. And Phoenix Transmutation. Gorgeous. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. So, yeah. I mean, this connection, my loves, in whatever way is meant to continue. It is not meant to end. I am hearing that very quickly. There are a lot of different ways that it could go. I mean, there's, you know, a lot of different paths this lovely lady could go through. It's not one road. You know, she could wind around the stones in whichever way she chooses. And it feels like the options for how you go through this circumstance are pretty well endless. But things are definitely going to change. Things are going to evolve. This is not meant to end. This connection is not meant to end. You two care about each other way too fucking much. You matter to each other way too much. You're way too important to each other to let something like this end a connection. This person is meant to be in your life for the long haul, my darlings, in a capacity, again, that you both have to figure out. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So confirmation, emphasis on Scorpio, as I was saying, my loves. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon, and a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Yeah. So if it was you, my darlings, who, you know, kind of bailed and got intimidated by, you know, the romantic approach from this person, you need to acknowledge the kind of thought process that led you to being like, no, this person is not worthy, because this person is worthy. You know this person, my loves, as well as they know you. You know them. You've known this person for a very long time. You care very deeply about this person. So you need to kind of confront yourself and be like, well, no, why would I assume outright that this person who I know knows me doesn't know me well enough to see me clearly? And nothing is yet set in stone feels very much like it just resonates with, you know, you need to talk it through. That's the only way to figure out how this is going to go, my babies. A new romantic cycle begins. Feels like a lot of you. Feels like a lot of you have romantic feelings for this person as well. And the weight of those romantic feelings could be what, you know, caused you to kind of pull back, but still keep a watch on this person. Because it feels like some of you maybe have not had a romantic relationship before. Some of you could have been single for quite a while and your last romantic relationship burned you pretty bad. And in that case, I'm very sorry, my darlings. Or some of you could just be intimidated by, you know, the intensity of the feelings that you have for this person. And that happens, my love. That's perfectly normal. You know, there are a lot of people whose instinct is to shy away from, you know, intense feelings for somebody, because that, you know, comes with an element of risk. To care about somebody so deeply, to you know that you're gonna fall fucking ass over tea kettle for a person can be intimidating. Absolutely, my loves. But feels like a lot of you are going to be starting a romantic connection with this person after you talk it through. We have Ray, counter malicious talk by casting its import from your mind. Water buffalo, face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. Yeah, babies. And moose, with self-reliance and measured patience, adversity will be overcome. Okay, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness, we didn't pull the romance angels. Holy shit. So yeah, it feels like, you know, for those of you who have, I feel like a lot of you have like a similar social circle or a kind of melded social circle with this person. It can be difficult to be going through something like this because, you know, in some way, whether grand or small, it's going to be noticed. It's going to be noticed that you two aren't really talking very much. It's going to be noticed that there's, you know, awkwardness between you both, that there's distance between you both. And you're not a gossip, my darlings. You don't like people kind of sniffing around your yard, or whatever the fuck the saying is. You like, so the fact that, you know, people are kind of gossiping really, really bothers you. This person, and I feel like some of you might worry that this person has divulged any kind of personal information to your social circle. No, this person has way too much fucking respect for you and their connection to you. They're not divulging nothing, babies. People can just speculate. Oftentimes people will. It feels like you're being called to be the person to kind of, you know, bridge yourself back to connecting with this person, though, my darlings, because it feels like, you know, they don't want to push you away any more than they already have. And they're very much giving you your space. They're giving me a lot of earth, actually, a lot of earth energy. So they're giving you your space because, you know, that's what you've asked of them. So you're going to have to be the person to kind of extend the olive branch and be like, hey, we have a lot to talk about, I think. And then being like, okay, let's talk about it. And it's going to take time. Of course it's going to take time, my darlings. This is something that has, you know, kind of bruised the egos of, you know, you and this person. And but it's not anything that can't be fixed, my loves. Time, patience, and love, and all will be well again, my darlings. So we have honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay, so bottom of the deck energy is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So for those of you who are going to be getting into a romantic connection with this person, you already fucking know, my babies. You already know. Yeah, you know, in the way that you miss this person, in the way that, you know, this space created by them, you know, being more distant from you is not a space that can be filled by another person. Others of you who, you know, want to keep this person as a friend, or, you know, this person just wants you, you know, in their life as a friend, it feels like, yeah. Feels like you meet somebody on a holiday that you're taking on, and it's something very quick and very passionate. But all in all, you know, being called to really come into your own, and to, you know, you're so vivacious and you're so fun and you're so full of life and you're so bright. You have just a brightness that pulls you in, and accepting that instead of kind of receding into yourself and shying away from potential happiness, you know, that kind of gravitates towards you, you know, instead of holding your hand up and being like, no, accepting it and welcoming it. And yeah, but this person's very fun. This person's really fucking attracted to you, my loves. Really, really, really fucking attracted to you. Really wants to appreciate you as well. They have a very gentle nature to them, which I feel like is surprising to some, because they feel like very boisterous, very like intense, very like golden retriever energy almost. And so yeah, it surprises people how soft they are, and I feel like that softness in a lot of ways is reserved for you. That gentleness, that sweetness. They're very, very sweet people, my darlings. Very sweet people, and they're really special to you, and you them, my darling. So this is something definitely worth investing effort and time and affection into, my loves. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. All right, my loves, if you are ending the reading here, we will say goodbye in a moment. If you are interested in the extended reading, the messages on what this person is fantasizing about you, we are going to do that over on Patreon. I will have the link down in the description, or I will have the link to my Patreon. It's on my page. If you are ending the reading here, my loves, I hope that you enjoyed that. I wish you all the very best. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, Instagram, my Etsy shop, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful loves. Oh my god. Group number 3, if you picked the Silver Siren, a lot of very strong intuitive spiritual energy coming through in this group, my loves. Very interesting. It does feel, we'll get into it more, but off the bat, it does feel as though this group and pile number 1 could be connected in some ways. If you felt drawn to pile number 1 at all, my darlings. 9 of Cups, that's fucking gorgeous. And Triumph, oh my god, okay. It's good, babies. When it's good, it's good. I don't know what to tell you. When it's good, it's good. This is fucking lovely. This is really lovely. 9 of Cups, wishes coming true. You are just about to meet this person. You are just about to meet this person, or much like group number 1, just about to meet them, or have just met them. And it's reunion vibes, my darling. So that could be, okay. This message doesn't come through a lot. Ooh, I've had this dream before. Oh, okay, my baby, something's happening. This message doesn't come through a lot because I do not pick up a lot on the energy of past romantic connection coming back. Sometimes it happens, very seldom. When it does, it's very specific. Because I do, and I don't believe that you will, my loves. I do not believe that you will. I trust you very much, my darlings. I trust that you are here with me for a reason, the reason that you are meant to be. And yeah, No, I trust you to not reconnect or reconcile with somebody who was not good for you, who did not treat you well, who did not understand your worth or your value. You will not do that, my loves. That I know. That I know. I trust you in that, my darlings. However, those of you who have had a past romantic connection that has ended for reasons beyond your control, perhaps some of you moved, perhaps some of you, it feels like some of you, you know, or this person went through something that they had to emotionally pull back. It feels like, you know, losses suffered or just really intense changes going on that, you know, there wasn't the ability to give the time, energy, and affection into a romantic connection that it commands, that it's worthy of, that it's deserving of. Or this is a past life connection returning, my darlings. And it feels like a majority of you, it's a past life connection. Those of you who were drawn to pile number 1 initially, definitely past life connection. Because that was a very big, very, very, very prominent message in pile number 1. But now we have this additional message, possibly. Because this is reconciliation vibes, my loves. This is reconciliation vibes of somebody being so fucking happy to find their person, to see their person again and be with them. And it's like, yes, I found you. I'm not fucking letting you go. And it's very sweet. Very, 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 very sweet. Somebody in this connection, somebody in this connection fucking loves wine. Loves wine. Gets drunk quite a bit. We have door to personal healing and happiness. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay, gorgeous. Yeah. Soulmate, my baby's past life for sure. And attachment. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, attachment 1 tells me I'm picking up on Phantom of the Opera. And especially the soundtrack. I feel like someone in this connection could listen to it a lot, really enjoy it, or just listen to the soundtrack a lot, like in their free time, just vibing. Can quote the lyrics to such, or is very into plays and musicals. Could even want to write like plays or screenplays. But it feels like also, I feel like you're seeing this person a lot in your dreams as of late, my darlings. And it feels like there's some element of mystery to their face. So either in your dreams, they're turned away from you, or, you know, you see their face in the dream, but then you wake up and you can't really kind of pinpoint what they looked like, or they're a little bit kind of like, you know, hazy, faded out. Maybe there's a little bit of fog. And it feels like, it's almost like The Little Mermaid. Like when you connect with this person, you still can't really see their face. Or you know, you see their face, but you don't know, you know, their face. But it's undeniable, especially through their voice. There's a lot of focus on their voice being something you recognize. And I feel like that's kind of the calling card. Because either you've heard their voice before, something about their voice pulls you in, or you know they're your person because of how distinct their voice is. Something about their voice is just, you just know when you hear their voice that this is your person. And yeah, it feels like this person's so fucking psychically tapped into you, my darlings. Because they're giving me so many messages for like how you find them, instead of like, you know, what they're kind of thinking about or who's thinking about you. And yeah, something undeniable about their voice that you recognize. So either it just pulls you in and that's how you know, or they sound like distinctly different from either you or I'm gonna take the bottom of the deck on that one as well. Or they sound distinctly different from like where you are. It feels like you both speak primarily the same first language or the same native language, but different accents. Yeah, Yeah, and you really love how this person sounds. You love how this person sounds. Door to personal healing and happiness feels like just before you meet this person, you get very, 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 very sick. I'm feeling throat chakra stuff as well, my darling. So you could get a throat infection or a virus, or lose your voice, or have like a lot of phlegm, a lot of mucus, a lot of coughing I'm hearing right before you meet this person. Rainbows are huge signifiers. There's also a very close spirit guide watching over this connection, my darlings. White birds and white dogs, in particular white cats as well. I'm seeing white rabbits, are big signifiers that you will see just before you connect with this person. Door to personal healing and happiness. Okay, yeah. So it feels like there's kind of a, not a chapter closing just before you meet this person, but it does feel like there's a lot of like kind of new starts happening with this person. My right ear is ringing so fucking loudly, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that happened in the first reading as well. Door to personal healing and happiness. So it feels like when you meet this person, you're going to be kind of coming on coming through the other side of, you know, some pretty like intense or stressful or difficult or you know, conflicting situations in your personal life as well as in work. It feels like, you know, for a little bit, like it's going to feel like kind of conflict and stress sort of follows you. And then when you get sort of closer to the other side of it, or all the way to the other side of it, that is where this person is, my darlings. Very, 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 very psychically tapped in. Very psychically tapped into each other, my darlings. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This person is everything you have ever fucking wished for, my loves. Everything you have ever wished for. It feels like a lot of you live in a place that's quite overcast a lot of the time, quite cloudy. The sun does not make an appearance very often. If it does, it's not for very long. This person feels like sunshine. You could live in a place that's very rainy as well, because rainbows feel very significant to this connection. I feel like there is a grandmother spirit very close to you, my darlings, really bringing in this connection. This person as well has a grandmotherly spirit that is really, 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 really pulling you into each other, because that is where you're meant to be. You are each other's person through and through, my loves. You are soulmates. So seeing rainbows, this person is the literal fucking sun to you, my darlings. Also, I'm hearing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So that song, you could get stuck in your head a lot. You could hear that song come up a lot. Yeah, musicals as well. One of you really fucking loves musicals. So we have the Empress. That's fucking gorgeous. We have the Chariot. Yeah, this is happening very, very quick, my babies. We have the Six of Pentacles. Perhaps I'll cry. And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so with the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, this person's coming in fast, my babies. Very, very, very fucking quick. It feels like one of you or both of you is an air sign. Certainly one of you. Blue butterflies, very big signifiers for this connection as well. Everything you've wished for. The Empress, my loves. Everything you fucking wished for. It feels like, this is lovely. You are so beautifully sensitive, my darlings. You feel emotions very, very, very deeply. So deeply that I feel like a lot of people in your life up until now have made you feel as though the intensity with which you feel things is wrong or flawed or bad, and it's not. Absolutely fucking not, my darlings. You are a very heart-centered person, my loves. And this person really values the depth with which you feel things, but also is very, very, very protective over your feelings, and over you, and is very grounding to you in a really wonderful way. But you're also very grounding to them because they feel extremely intuitive, my darlings. Extremely intuitive. And I don't feel as though you realize this, my darlings, but you have been very grounding to them. It feels like they've been connected to you for quite a long time. They feel you very clearly, and you are very grounding to them. You are very protective over them, my darlings, in the ethers on a subconscious level. But this is starting really fucking soon, my loves. This person's Wonderful. This person's wonderful. You are so attracted to this person. You think this person is a fucking, oh my god, you think they're a fairy tale. Like, you cannot believe this person is real. You are so attracted to them. But I'll let you know a little secret, my babies. They are just as attracted to you, my darlings. There's definitely an element of voice here. I'm seeing this little, is that a conch shell? I feel it. I'm a conch episode from SpongeBob, so that's what I'm getting from that. But it feels like I'm seeing that as like a phone. So it definitely feels as though there's an element of distance between you both, an element of water that is dividing you both. And it feels like you both talk initially online or over the phone. It feels like primarily it's online, like through a phone screen. But then I feel like you both like either do like a video call or somebody sends someone a voice note, or you do, it doesn't feel, no, I'm going to take back video call, because it doesn't feel like you see each other that early on, like a voice call, or send each other a voice note. You hear each other talk very, very early on, and like, that's how you know. There's no doubt. There is something in your voice and something in this person's voice when you hear each other talk that you're like, nope, I know that. You, like, in this physical lifetime, you haven't known them yet. For a lot of you, some of you have, and you just, when you hear them talk again, you know, for those of you who have known them in this physical lifetime before, it's just confirmation. You're like, yep, that's my person. No doubt, no doubt. Those of you that haven't known them in this physical lifetime yet, when you hear them talk, you just know. You're like, no, you know, in the way that you're like, I need to hear that person talk more. We have Dragonfly Spirit Change, Phoenix Transmutation, and Wood Nymph Beauty. Yeah, so you, oh my god, you are so attracted to this person. Bluebird Spirit, Happiness, Cherry Blossoms are a very big sign for this connection, my loves. I believe we got that in group number 1 as well. Cherry Blossoms and Spring are a huge factor for this connection. Okay, so change and transmutation. It feels like in the last 6 to 9 months, you and this person have been going through a lot of changes, and that has kind of come to pass through a lot of, you know, tower moments can really bring out a lot of feelings, my loves, a lot of heavy emotions. It can bring up, you know, past things that you thought you were done with, that you thought you dealt with, and, you know, making sure that you are fully done with them, that you've moved past them, you've taken what you needed from the situation and moved forward. Some of you in the last 6 months even could have had like past relationships that you were over and done with kind of pop up. Just, you know, the universe does that sometimes. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure you're done with this person and you want this person? Because you do. You want your person. You know, not a fucking shadow of a doubt that this is your person. And for those of you that have known this person in this physical lifetime before, they've been in your head a lot, and that is how you know your head and your heart a lot. For those of you that have not known this person in this physical lifetime before, and you're gonna know, my darlings, because if you have to sit and think and be like, who from my past could it be? It's not them. If you have to think about it, if this person doesn't immediately pop in your head when I say this person from the past is your person, then they are not your person. If you have to wonder, then that is not who I am talking about, my loves, because this person brings with them no fucking doubt, no contemplation, my darlings. And that is how you know, because you will contemplate every single thing ever, forever, my loves. This person invites no contemplation, no wondering, no uncertainty. You, like, look at this. We're not even fucking looking at them. No offense, you gorgeous ladies. Love you, kiss, kiss. But, like, this is the star. So you could have, you know, other people in your vicinity. You could have people vying for your attention. You could have people giving you romantic offers. But if you're not immediately like, it's you, then it's not, my loves. Because you are going to know, yeah, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Confirmation as we're talking about this. You are going to know that this is your person, because your attention is just going to fucking dart to them. This is a divine fucking person, my love. Silver Siren, absolutely. This person is calling to you. A lot of focus on their voice as well. You love hearing this person's voice. You love hearing them talk. I feel like they could sing for you as well. This situation involves marriage, babies, come on. And keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Beautiful confirmation. Thank you, my loves. Bottom of the deck energy is trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So, my sweet, beautiful darlings, this is your forever person. This is your spouse, my darlings. You've done it. You have done it, because that is a worry that you have. I feel like you want that forever connection, but it's like you're almost timid to hope for it, because you're like, well, if I ended up meeting somebody and we ended up getting together, that'd be great. But then, like, I don't know if I can hope that, that's the person I'm going to be with forever, because, like, that seems like a lot to ask for. Maybe it seems like a lot to ask for, my loves, but absolutely you should fucking ask for it, because you're worthy of it, and that is who this person is, my loves. That is who this person is. This is also very telling, because as psychic as this person is, they see you. You don't yet see them. Although I feel like you feel them, my loves. I feel like you feel them in the way that you're really longing for them. Romance has really been at the forefront of your mind lately, my darlings. It also feels like planning for your future has been at the forefront of your mind. Really confirming with you that, yes, I want to be in, a committed lifelong partnership. I want to be married. I want to celebrate those milestone anniversaries. I want to buy the house together. I want to have the family together. I want to have the dogs together. I want to wake up with this person every single fucking day for the rest of my life. And that's been at the forefront of your mind. And that is confirmation that you are just about to meet this person, my darlings, because this is a connection that has been brewing for this entire lifetime, my darlings. You two have known each other many, many, many times. Many, many, many times. And it feels like you just had to get to that point, because it feels like you did have to close some chapters in the past. Close some chapters for people who made you feel less than, who made you feel unworthy, who caused you strife or stress or even harm, my darlings. Fuck them. You deserve the world. You are magnificent. You are soft and loving and gentle and kind. And despite all things, you are so heart-centered and so loving and so wonderful. The positive impact you make on every single person who is fortunate enough to cross your path, my darlings, is not unnoticed by spirit, my loves. You have divine energy, my darlings. You are fucking angels that walk the earth. Holy shit. Keep an open mind. Yeah, it feels like these two have come up as confirmation for you that, again, if you have to think, if you have to wonder and be like, no, this person did that, but like maybe it's them. No. If there is anything that comes up that you're like, well, they did do this, but maybe, then no, absolutely not, my darlings. If there's nobody in your past that you can think of, and this is a new person, this is very telling that this is not someone you would expect. They show up in your life in a very, very serendipitous but super fucking random way, a way that surprises you. I don't want to say they're not your usual type, but they're not. And it feels like your type that's a very open-ended kind of statement. You have a lot of different interests and, appeals and so on. This person is different in every possible way, but in only strictly positive ways. And it feels like that difference is very telling, because, it allows you the freedom to not kind of credit your pull to them with anything else. It's not like, well, they look like this, and I'm always down for a badonkadonk. Or, they do this and I think that's really attractive. This person checks all of your boxes in all ways that you do not expect, my darlings, to be completely blatantly obvious, because this person knows you on a deep spiritual level. This person knows you, and so they know that you need that, to not overthink, to not doubt, to not question. You need them to be you know, very clear and very, very, oh my God. Oh my God, that's too many. Thank you, babies. Very obvious that they are your person, but obvious enough that like they wouldn't meld into anybody else that you've ever known before, my darlings. So very much standing out because we're seeing a lot of confirmation here that like you do have a lot of attention and affection on you, my darlings. You have a lot of eyes on you. We have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. A time to give rather than take. And where am I putting you? I'll put yeah. Start sobbing. Okay, wait. There you go, baby. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, and step out of your comfort zone, North Node. So I really like that here we have 2 full moons and then we get the new moon. That's really exciting. That's really, really lovely. Yeah, this person's going to surprise you, my loves. That is very, very, very blatantly obvious. And I feel like step out of your comfort zone is like, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate, because it feels like, you know, you can do that, especially in romantic connections. You can kind of freeze up, and you know, you two have waited your entire fucking lives to get to this point, to find each other. Like, you wouldn't want to have this person, you know, find you and then you kind of back away into the shadows, and then, you know, you want this person, my loves. This is your person. This person wants you. So I feel like Spirit is very much calling on you to like go for it. It does feel very much like you are just about to fucking find them. When you find them, you're gonna know, my loves. You're gonna know. They will not leave your mind. They will not, like, even though I do feel as though you can overthink and you can kind of you know, work yourselves up into a bit of a tizzy. It feels like the fact that this person does not leave your mind and heart is very telling, my loves. Because I'm hearing you get distracted very easily. Like, you're very, you know, you get attracted to people, you think about people, but you can kind of like bounce around. Like, it's like, you know, oh, I have a crush on this person, and then you realize it's been like 2 weeks and you're like, oh, I haven't really thought about them a lot. I guess it wasn't that serious. This is not the case with this person, my darlings. This person does not leave your thoughts. You dream about this person. You think about this person. You find yourself placing them in your daily life very easily. You know, hearing a song and being like, oh, I should share it with them. Or cooking and being like, you know, oh, I can't wait to, you know, make this for them. Or, you know, I wish they were here. I wish we were cooking together. Like, you're going to know in that way. This card has come out in every single reading. Thus far, we have Moose with self-reliance and measured patience. Adversity will be overcome. We have Bear, nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. Okay, you're very creative people. Very creative people. Something, oh my God, my wrist. Something to do with creativity is what connects you both as well. Much like group number 1, you both could be content creators, but it does feel as though something to do with creativity is what connects you, or how you find each other. You could comment on the same like art, or picture, writing. You really like the way this person speaks, but also like something about the way that they talk, especially in like written form. Like, you know, they leave a comment and there's something that just pulls you in. Like, they're really charming, they're really funny. You have a similar way of speaking, you have a similar sense of humor, something that pulls you in that is like undeniable. You have Hair, discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. Confirmation, my babies. Okay, so this card and this card came out in pile number 1, so confirmation for a lot of you that pile number 1 is also meant for you, my darlings. Black Panther, sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. Bottom of the deck energy is the Raven, my loves. Listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. Your intuition is how you're going to connect to this person, my loves. Your intuition is how you're going to connect to this person, and that, I feel like for a lot of you, is very daunting. Hang on, my butt's numb. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Wait, now I'm stuck. I'm scooting. There we go. I got wedged in the corner in between my desk and the wall. I got wedged. That's very important, a little bit daunting, but you have an excellent sense of intuition, my darlings. You have a fantastic sense of intuition. With these three animals specifically, I feel like, again, like in group number one of you or both of you could be from Canada or end up living in Canada or lived in Canada for a significant amount of time, or one of your first vacations together could be to Canada. But you have a fantastic sense of intuition, my darlings, and it feels like because this person is so intuitive, this spiritual connection between you both is fucking electric, my love. So just trusting your intuition, trusting the pull you have to this person and following that, my darlings, is going to be really, really, really reassuring to you. And very... It's going to give you a lot of certainty when you are somebody who can overthink yourself into a lot of uncertainty, because this person is certain, my loves. This person is certain, and they are grounding to you in the form of certainty. They are very comforting to you, my loves. Very comforting, very warm. Trusting yourself is very important for how you connect with this person, my darlings. Trusting yourself, and when you feel called to approach this person, trusting that as well, because the pull to this person is going to be intimidating, my loves. Absolutely, it is a strong pull. It is a soulmate pull. But trusting yourself and being like, I know I feel this pull for a reason. Discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. Okay, so further confirmation definitely feels like you have so much attention around you, my loves. There are so many people who are vying for you, who are attracted to you, who are flirting with you, who are lusting after you. Some of you could even be having like quite a few physically intimate encounters before you meet this person. So yeah. Like it feels like it's just a matter of, you know, focusing, because like your attention is so naturally pulled to this person. Like literally somebody could be in your lap, their tongue down your throat, but this person like walks by in the background and your eyes are on them, and you just, that's how you know, my babies, is that you cannot fucking pull your attention away from this person, because they're the Black Panther. Sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. I am covered in dog hair. That is absolutely crazy. Sorry, I pet Rowan again. And I didn't use my lint roller. Oh no. Maybe if I shake hard enough, it'll just come off. Tee-hee-hee. Sensuality and passion stir beneath a cloak of secrecy. Okay, yeah. So, something about this person, something to do with their voice. You are going to know. I mean, this is you, my babies. The hair. Some of you could be born the year of the rabbit as well. This is also the year of the rabbit. This is a timeless reading, but 2023, when I'm filming this, when it will be posted, is the year of the rabbit. So for a lot of you who are watching this, at the time it's posted, you meet them this year, my darlings. I feel like I'm hearing 3. So within 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. Or year ending in 3. So for a lot of you this year. It feels like, yeah, there's a really strong pull to this person, my loves. A really strong pull that you cannot deny, that you can't forget about this person. And you know that. You know that, my loves. When you sit with yourself and when you focus, you know, okay, this is a person who I cannot remove from my mind. Why is that? And then delving deep and reaching out and approaching them and talking with them and being like, oh, I see why I can't get them out of my mind. It's because they're my fucking soulmate. And you're so attracted to this person, my loves. You are so fucking attracted to this person. Oh my goodness, they drive you a little bit bonkers. I won't lie to you. Like, you are just... It feels like you do have quite a bit of jealousy, my darlings, and that's something you're very self-conscious about because it's something you're very hard on yourselves about. It also feels like some of you could have had negative experiences with jealousy. Either, you know, you were with people who consciously made you very jealous because, you know, they felt that that was, you know, how you proved that, you know, they mattered to you, when in fact you proved that they mattered to you through every fucking single thing that you did. Or somebody who instigated jealousy because they acted, you know, in a disrespectful way towards you. Or just somebody who, you know, made you feel bad about the jealousy that you felt. So it feels like that kind of, okay, there's going to be like a small dose of jealousy when you connect with this person, and that is going to be kind of your tell, is that you find this person, you connect with this person, and, you know, the fact that other people, you know, are giving them attention, or the fact that, you know, they're giving their attention to other people, you're like, well, I would like that to be me. And that's it. That's how you tell, baby, is the fact that, you know, you want the attention from that person in a sincere way, not in just like a fleeting way, in like a, no, I really want their attention. And yeah, and the fact that it stays with you, you're gonna know it's gonna feel different than it has before, my darlings. Is there anything else? Oh shit. Okay, my loves, if you are ending the reading here, we're going to say goodbye in a second. If you would like to hear about what this person is fantasizing about you, which it's gonna go deep, my babies. It's gonna go deep now, doesn't it? We're gonna do that over on Patreon, my darlings, and the link will be down along with the timestamps in the description box below. But if you're like, I don't want to fucking hear about that, then that's fine, my babies. We'll say goodbye here. I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to let me know. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you, my darlings. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, Instagram, Etsy, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I love you very, 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 very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my sweet, beautiful darlings. Group number 4, last but not least. Hi, how are you, babies? This is your card. Dark Harlequin, my loves, on Who Is Thinking About You, and then later on Patreon we're going to talk about what are they fantasizing about. Nastiness over there. It's filth. It's debauchery. I love it. Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fucking fun. So off the bat, I am picking up that somebody could be an artist. Somebody could do, especially like comics or like online art, or somebody could be a fan artist as well, or like a commissioned artist, so you could draw with fan art basically. But you're like really up and coming, or it could be this person. That could also be how you have connected with this person, or will connect with this person. It feels like this is a pre-existing connection. Yeah, doesn't feel like it's gotten into romance territory yet, but it feels like you have recently started speaking quite regularly as well. I am hearing. We have the 3 of Staves, the 3 of Wands. Yeah, you know this person, babies. You know this person. You knew who was coming up when you picked this pile. You're like, I know. I'm looking for confirmation, but I already know. You already know. Ace of Cups. You have a honkin' crush on this person, my babies. You have your eyes set on this person. Yeah, she's looking right at me. You know who this person is. You know who this person is, and it feels like this person's very clearly being like, just make a move. I like you too. Just make a move. Ace of Cups, something very beautiful, very, very, very emotional, very romantic, is on the horizon. It feels like the full moon is very, very imperative for this connection. That could have been when you first connected. That hokey dokey. So I want to take door to romance, because I don't think all that flippin' shit would have happened if it wasn't supposed to. Caring connections, absolutely fucking gorgeous. And then indecision. Okay, so why the indecision, my loves? What's going on? What's happening? Let's look into it. Let's figure. I see. Okay. You are intimidated by a good thing, my babies. You're intimidated by how much you care about this person. You're intimidated by the fact that you did not have to exert any more effort other than this person showing up in front of you, and you having a conversation with them and it going well and you developing feelings for them. You're like, shouldn't this be harder? Shouldn't I be more stressed out? And so through that, you're creating your own stress. You're creating your own difficulty because it feels like that is all you have ever known. I'm tasting corn dogs. If that resonates with you. Or at the very least, hot dogs. Perhaps we'll get into it on Patreon, my loves. Because yeah, it feels like that's all you've known before is, effort, or not being given, the attention that you desire or that you're worthy of. And the fact that this person's giving you this attention, the fact that this person is gentle and loving, yeah, you're like, well, no, it shouldn't be this easy and pleasant. That's not how this goes for me. Yeah, babies, this is, romantic, mature connections. 7 of Pentacles, my babies. Come on now, why don't you? Why don't you? Ace of Swords, fuck me. 4 of Cups, yeah. Yeah, babies, this person's right there, and you're like, well, no. And bottom of the deck, High Priestess with the full moon there. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. No. I know how this goes. I know things are tricky, and this person is like, well, it feels to this person as though you're pulling back, and they don't know, like, if that means you're in a romantic relationship, if you're just not interested, if, they came on too strong, because they made it very clear that they were romantically interested in you, my loves, and you felt good about it, but then you got shy, and you kind of backed away, and you kind of put up some barriers. So it's in your hands to take those barriers down, my darlings, to accept, this romantic offer that I do feel as though, you're very interested in. Some of you could have, not even received the romantic offer, but felt the conversations kind of, getting very flirtatious and heading in a romantic direction, and through that kind of pulled away. But this is what you've wanted, my loves. You wanted, this person. It feels like you can be like unabashedly yourself with this person. You can be very authentically who you are with this person. And that's all you want, is somebody to, to see you and to accept you. We have Dragonfly Spirit Change, Stag Spirit Leadership, Spirit Guardian of Winter Retreat. Okay, gorgeous. So, grandfather energy watching over you very closely, my darlings. Dragonflies, deers, very significant signs. 12, 21, 3s, 33s, and 333s are big numbers for you as well. Confirmation, my darlings. I feel like some of you could be really into like the really cheesy like Netflix and HBO and not HBO, Hallmark HBO Christmas movie. Oh, it would go so fucking hard. Hallmark. Christmas movies or holiday movies. You're just a sucker for them. You watch them all year round. Every day is Christmas if you believe it. Isn't that right, my loves? And you're so romantic. You're suckers for romance, my darlings. I don't like to say hopeless romantics because there's no such thing. I think actually by thinking of romance and fantasizing about romance and believing in romance, you are the polar opposite of hopeless. You're manifesting very sweet, very beautiful, very wonderful, very tender connection. And that, it feels like that's what you've done. It feels like you've gone so long having to kind of close yourself off, to kind of shut yourself away, to dim your light, to be, you know, accepted, to be understood, to, you know, be, to just glide by without people commenting on your interests or on your passions. And it feels like you met this person through either a group or through an online community or through a tag of something that you're interested in, something that you love, you know, be that anime, be that video games, be that a certain film, so on and so forth. And you get to be like a true version of yourself with this person. And then you just got a little timid. You just, you know, a deer, you just stepped on a stick and then ran away. And this person misses you. This person's thinking about you a lot, my loves. They don't really know what to do. They're kind of frozen and stuck because they're like, well, I don't know what I did to kind of make you pull back. I don't know if I came on too strong. I don't really know how to get out of this. So you have to be like, hey, hi. And it's that easy. It just kind of restarts where it left off, my loves. No issue. But this person has you on their mind a lot, my darlings. And you them. I'm definitely seeing DMs though initially. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Absolutely gorgeous. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So that feels like it correlates to not a false self mask, but just holding yourself back, you know, kind of like the mask is kind of like protecting yourself, you know, it's kind of like, you know, if you don't accept me, then I can retreat and you'll never know the real me. And that's not how, you know, when you feel an authentic draw to a person, my darlings, you owe it to yourself and to this person and to the authenticity of a connection that you want to be real and to be deep. To be your authentic self, because how do you have a real, authentic, deep connection if you're not your truest self? You know, you want this person to like you and to accept you and to see you. You have to show them you, right, my loves? Bottom of the deck is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. The confirmations be crazy. So yeah, you know, one of the initial things that you liked about this person was that it felt good and it felt safe and it felt nice to be who you are and to be the truest form of yourself. But, you know, old habits die hard, my darlings, and it's something you're used to kind of shifting who you are. I'm not taking that many, please, my loves. Thank you so much. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. But you're so used to kind of quieting who you really are and dimming who you really are that it's just habit. But that's not something you have to do with this person. And you know that, my darlings. I don't need to tell you that, but I'm being called to tell you that. So I'm going to tell you that because it's confirmation for you. And yeah. Being your open, authentic self with this person. And this person is gentle and they are loving and they are accepting, my loves. And, you know, you're a human being with all of the ebbs and flows of the feelings that come with being a human being. You and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. So, of course, they're saying just shuffle until one comes out. Okay, my loves. Of course, you know, it's natural to you know, fall into habits that we've had for so very long. Okay, I'm going to take you. A fiery climax approaches. Babies, this isn't Patreon. Come on now. And just acknowledging that. Just saying, you know, sorry. You know, you don't even have to explain it in, like, its full depth if you don't want to. Just being like, hey, sorry. You know, I missed you. I just had to figure some stuff out. And I'd really like to get back to talking to you. And they'll be like, oh my God, I missed you so much. Hello. You know, you don't have to divulge like the full deep truths of your, you know, emotional ebbs and flows off the bat if that's not something you're comfortable with, my darlings. That's not what this requires. This is a very mature person, a very understanding person, a very compassionate person, a person who has a lot more life experience than they initially let on. So they're familiar. I'm going to take you.
And okay, I'm going to take you too. Thank you. I knew the Scorpion was coming out. We have Wolf. Listen to your inner wisdom and enjoy the gift of freedom. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's what you deserve, my babies. Scorpion, in a new relationship, passion offers the challenge of ecstasy and pain. Okay, so that... What the fuck is going on? I'm struggling. What the fuck else is new? Okay. Okay. Thank you, my babies. That feels like a twofer. One, the challenge of somebody is blowing or kissing my right cheek, by the way, if that resonates with you, my darlings, like blowing on or kissing. What is you know, the kind of discomfort of something new, of being vulnerable, of being open, of exposing yourself, and getting used to that in a safe environment, but also feels like we're gonna get some really freaky messages in the Patreon. I'm just saying. Water Buffalo, face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. That's beautiful. That's very encouraging because you feel a lot fucking stronger than you let yourself believe that you are, my darlings. You're strong. You're resilient. You're brave. You are worth being seen and worth knowing, my loves. That I mean wholly and fully. You are worthy of being seen in your truest and most authentic form, my darlings. And the fact that you feel called to allow this person to see you is very telling. And the fact that it felt good before you overthought it and decided that it should feel less than good is very telling as well, my darlings. And Cheetah, a decision once made will be followed by unwavering action. Yeah. So you miss this person. You want to reconnect with this person, my darlings. Your intuition is telling you, no, that's a good person. That is a person that we should be around. That is a person that we care for deeply. And trusting that and going forward towards it. Because this person is safe, my darlings. This person is safe. This person is as good as you believe they are. I feel like that's important to tell you because I feel like, you know, again, the cycle of overthinking is like, well, what if I'm just putting them on a pedestal? What if, you know, they're not as different as they think they are, and they are, my loves. They are completely different from what you have known before. That I know wholly and fully. And they miss you, and you miss them, and that's very telling, I believe, my darlings. Is there anything else? Oh, shit. Group number... I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I not? Would be the first time. Group number 4, my sweet darlings. If you are ending the reading here, we will say goodbye in a second. If not, I will have the link for Patreon down in the description box. This Scorpion... I mean, we've had some freaky groups, my babies, but I feel like this one might take... There is something in the air now, isn't there, my babies? Link down in the description box below, my darlings, for the Patreon reading. But if you're like, no, I don't want to know about any of that, don't talk to me about that, that's perfectly fine, my love. You can't expect me to do something. I don't know. You can expect me to do anything, my loves. I live to serve. There's some energy in the Patreon reading, my babies. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. I wish you all the best. This is a wonderful connection. Really, 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 really good connection. It does feel as though it will be resolved, my darlings, through talking to this person, through, you know, approaching this person, just taking that step forward because they miss you and you miss them. But I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment and let me know, my darlings. I love to talk to you. I love to hear from you. If the reading resonated, I have to say that before I say the other thing or I'll fuck up my flow. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, Instagram, my Etsy store, as well as my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. Bye, babies.